And today we'll see top 10 counters for Gear 5 Luffy. Well, as you know, Gear 5 is in the meta and not easy to defeat, especially when he's defending his treasure area, and sometimes it becomes annoying as it recovers the treasure and heals after knocking you back. So, let's see his counters, which can help you to defeat him or get treasure from him. Number 10. Raid on Onigashima, Usopp's Kid. This version of Kid is actually very good against Gear 5 Luffy. It has Element Advantage and Skill 1, with long-range attack and knockback. Skill 2 provides a vortex around you, which gives you 3% heals every time it damages the enemy, and Skill 2 have 50% cooldown reduction if you are in your treasure area. So, both the skills are very good and have very short cooldown. But the trait which makes him the counter for Gear 5. Luffy is this one. As you know, Gear 5 have unlimited knockbacks, and his Skill 2 also have knockback effect. This trait of Kid gives you 30% heals for every knockback you get and boosts your attack. Only drawback is status effects, and he is a defender. So you cannot attack head-on, but he can defend the treasure and fight with Gear 5 very well. Number 9. New Fishman Pirates Captain Hody Jones. He is a green runner. With Skill 1, you can recover HP and gain status effect nullification, also grants you with Nullify Stagger, means you can attack anyone without any interruption, and have short cooldown too. Skill 2 is best to counter Gear 5, as it provides 200% extra damage to Devil Fruit users. So, it can one-short powers users and have short cooldown. And don't forget he is a runner, so try to capture flags, as its traits focus on capturing flags and Skill 1 cooldown reduction. Number 8. Raid on Onigashima, Jinbe. This Jinbe is one of the best defenders in the game right now. Skill 1 deals extra damage to power users and have short cooldown. And Skill 2 is like a counter. You can hold the skill button, and if someone is attacking you, you will not die due to his trait. 1 HP always remain when holding Skill 2. He is a very good defender. If treasure gauge is 80% or more, no one can take treasure from you. Except for few like EX Kid Law and EX Big Mom. The main thing that makes him Gear 5's counter is its trait that give more damage to power users. Number 7. Animal Kingdom Pirates, Toby Rappo, Who's Who. Who's Who is one of the best counters for any Straw Hat pirate, but can be defeated easily by other units. His Skill 1 goes through obstacles and deals very good damage to the enemy. Skill 2 is a charged attack with knockback effect. His first normal attack goes through obstacles too. Extra damage when fighting Straw Hats, skill cooldown reduction, damage reduction, and HP recovery make him a very good counter of Gear 5. Number 6. Savior, God Usopp. This Usopp is Red Runner. His Skill 1 is a long-range attack with a knockback effect, which is a very good skill. On the other hand, Skill 2 is an extra long-range attack, which stuns the enemy and have a low damage. It's not quite effective against Gear 5. However, his traits are great. He recovers HP 2 times when getting KO'd. His capture speed is good. And this trait makes him a very good counter of Gear 5, deals extra damage to green element characters, and reduce Skill 1 cooldown. I said you better watch what you're doing. Number 5. Film Red, Uta. She's a very good attacker, especially against green units. Her Skill 1 inflicts Sing Sing State, which is not that usable against Gear 5 if his HP is above 50%. Skill 2 is a charge attack with very good damage and with knockback effect. Both of the skills have good cooldown too. The traits that make her Gear 5's counter is her shield, that makes her invincible, and her trait to deal extra damage in enemies' treasure area. Number 4, the 7 Warlords of the Sea, Marshal D. Teach, also known as Blackbeard. He is a very good counter of Gear 5, as his Skill 1 gives 200% extra damage to power users. Skill 1 have very low cooldown, and also reduce cooldown by 50% when in your team's treasure area. Skill 2 is also a very good skill, as he becomes invincible while performing it, and deals a good amount of damage too. His traits are very good, which allows him to deal 30% extra damage to power users and have 1 extra life. Skill 1 cooldown reduction, damage reduction, attack boost makes him a perfect counter for Gear 5 and other power users. Number 3. Raid on Onigashima, Sanji. This Sanji is a very good attacker, however, he is also very fragile. He changes his element when downed by enemy and counters him with element advantage. Skill 1 is an area attack that deals multiple hits. Skill 2 is a teleportation skill. He teleports towards enemy and attacks with a kick. Skill 2 has a very high damage when you increase it. Yes, you can increase Skill 2 damage. When dealing damage 4 times in 3 seconds, Skill 2 damage increases. Also, he nullifies 80% time of status effects and recover HP. So, what makes him a perfect counter for Gear 5 is his red element with extra damage on Skill 2, which can one-shot Gear 5 Luffy. Number 2. Battle of Monsters on Onigashima. Kid and Law. Kid's Skill 1 is invincible, and Law's Skill 2. Skill 2 of both of them recovers HP when give damage. All skills are very good. EX Kid and Law are one of the best counters for any defender, as they ignore enemy and can capture the treasure, and also nullify stagger and down effect while capturing means while capturing, no one can interfere, except for knockback effect and status effect if you are capturing with Kid. They can be a perfect character to counter Gear 5 and get treasure from him. Number 1. Battle on Onigashima. Roronoa Zoro. EX Zoro's Skill 1 is a long-range charge attack with knockback and invincibility, and also have very short cooldown, whereas Skill 2 is like a counter, by which he can change element if triggered. He has an extra life too, and have very good traits, but this trait makes him the perfect counter for Gear 5, as if his element is red, he will resist knockback, by which Gear 5 Luffy cannot heal, and also resist stagger means he cannot get a chance to attack, so this makes him the best counter for Gear 5 Luffy in the game right now. That is it for today, guys. Hope you liked the video. And don't forget to comment your thoughts and subscribe the channel. I will see you in the next video.